And I did the
It
Ricky
is.
Tim corners because I wanted the change of binding in the middle of each side. And so I did it without his little tool. So I thought I was pretty clever. Now, when I turn it and actually quilt it off, I may find out it didn't work, but it looks like it works.
You'll have to demonstrate it because I don't know what it is. I haven't heard of his binding technique.
Yeah, that's the one that we tried to have at the guild one time and it wouldn't
Oh,
work.
in the video, the computer kept shutting down. Yeah. Sorry about that.
Yes. Yeah, and it's just basically you sew the sides on and then you go to the edge and the corner and then you work on that. And
Interesting.
so I could try to show. I don't know that it's pretty small and like you're like trying to get in there. So, anyway.
Cool. All right, so yours is next. And I love this.
Wow. I like it too.
Very cool.
Yeah, that was on a magazine. You know, people bring in magazines and you can take one home. So it's, I think they called it Valley, and they had Valley 1 and Valley 2, and the colors in the magazine were very bright colors because that's what the person who created likes. Basically, you take your 2-inch strips, you know, and cut them in half so they're only 22 inches or so, and you put two together and you cut it out in a wavy line with your rotary cutter, and then you piece them together, and then you chop them up, square them up, and then make blocks. And this generated so much lint and fuzz. I've never had a quilt that just shed everywhere. It just seemed like all the little tiny pieces in the lint were everywhere. But the colors are more blue, and maybe not. It's not quite as dark, but blues and greens.
What kind of fabrics are they?
I think that was a jelly roll of Bella solids in blues that went from dark blue to light blue, and it had a little bit of greens, and then I added some from my stash of they were probably Konas that were the teal. It's for a friend who lived on 30A in Panama, Panama City area in Florida, where the colors of things are very Florida-like. So that was my inspiration.
It's gorgeous.
Very nice.
How big is it?
How big is it? I don't know. It's being long arm now, so I don't know, 36 by 45 maybe.
Okay.
It's not big.
Very cool.
It is.
And then your other one is this one.
So that was
Cave.
I think the very first Quilt Guild meeting I came to was a woman who had all the techniques for storing your strip quilts, and I just thought, oh, this is fantastic. And she had lots of beautiful quilts, and this was one of her patterns. You spin me right around, maybe that's another one that's like it, but someone in our guild did a quilt with like warm colors with this pattern. Only the strips here that are the ivory, in hers they were a black and white print, so it even was even more lively in hers.
Okay, facet fabric, isn't it?
I like that.
Yeah, that's gorgeous.
Thank you.
How big is that?
That one is fairly narrow, so it might be like 35 by 48.
Oh,
I'm
okay.
guessing. Yeah.
Cool. The last one.
And then this one,
Oh,
speaking of
cute.
tulips, this
Very
was a nice
cute.
pattern that you really don't see it till you set it on point. So that was a lot of fun. So I've made a second one like that using batiks.
Ooh, when you look to the side, some of them look three-dimensional. When you look at them as blocks.
They do.
Now I'm seeing the 3 dimensions more than I am the tulips.
Okay, you're right. I see that. That's pretty cool.
It is. It is cool.
I like the yellow too. I love yellow. It's really pretty.
That's just a real sweet quilt.
Thank you.
Who's it for? For you?
No, this is for one of my friends. Sheila mentioned that she was sewing several quilts for gifts for her office, and I had the idea earlier in the year that maybe I could give my friends a quilt for Christmas. So that's what I've been doing all through the pandemic, is sewing, and I'm nearly done. So I'm
That's fantastic.
pleased.
The quilting
for
on that's
you.
pretty too. Let me see if I can go in on it.
Yeah, it's like, what, I can't tell what it is.
It's kind of a, I don't know exactly what it is.
It's kind of a tulip, and it's up and down. It kind of
Mhm.
repeats itself. Oh, on the left side, you can see it even better. The quilting.
Yeah, with the lights a little bit better.
There you go. Now you can see the quilting.
Oh, it's beautiful.
It is.
Who quilted it for you?
Sheila.
Sheila. Very nice.
Beautiful.
Miss Terry, are you with us?
Where's Terry?
I'm here.
I
There you are.
saw her walking earlier, so let's look at your quilt.
Ooh.
Okay, can y'all see me?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay.
I like all those blocks.
Yeah. This one is one I saw on the internet. It's the it's called the Japanese X. And that's about a quarter of it. I think I'm gonna go for like about 120 blocks
Of course you are.
and make a huge quilt. Hey, how you doing tonight?
Yeah, that's really
Beautiful.
pretty.
Is this commissioned?
No, actually, my niece got engaged over Thanksgiving, so I'm gonna give it to her as a wedding gift. And
Nice.
after making a huge quilt for my husband and I to sleep under, I decided that's the way to go. You just got to have a huge quilt. So
That's great.
so that will be for them.
We just found out that Michael's niece is having twins, and she's a twin herself. So the quilts that I made for her girls were the very first time I ever machine quilted. And so it's like, okay, now I get to do something for this set of twins.
Yeah.
And then here's your other one, Terry.
Oh yeah.
Pretty.
That's very pretty.
It's
Okay,
really
now-
pretty.
Now this one I made. My aunt, my cousin, is a member of a group called the Lincoln Forum, and they get together every year and discuss the Gettysburg Address that Lincoln delivered. So
Awesome.
I made this quilt for them to raffle off for their event that was supposed to happen in November, but of course it didn't happen. So I went ahead and finished the quilt so they can raffle it off whenever they have their event.
It's beautiful, Terry.
Yeah.
Thank you. But in the center is the Declaration of the Emancipation Proclamation
Oh,
Fabric.
nice.
that I found in Spoonflower, and then the fabric on the border is actually like little portraits of Lincoln,
Oh, they
which
sure
was some
is.
fabric
Oh,
that they
my.
donated, that they gave to me.
Right, well, right
How
there.
cool.
And then on the background of some of those lights is actually the verbiage for the Gettysburg Address. So I was able to find some more Lincoln specific fabric for this.
That's amazing, isn't it?
That's incredible.
Yeah, it is.
Beautiful.
So my mom and I actually worked on that together.
Oh, even better.
It's a very pretty quilt.
And those pictures in the border, is that Lincoln?
Yeah,
That's like,
Okay.
yeah.
Oh,
they're like
okay.
little cameo pictures of Lincoln.
Yeah, like a cameo. Yeah. Very cool.
So I hope whoever gets it will like it. You know, it's always interesting making a quilt, not knowing where it's going to go.
So Terry,
I'm sure
what
they
did you
will.
do
All right.
on this
I gotta-
inside border
I
right
gotta
here?
go back to work. I'm sorry.
What did you do on this inside border? Let me come up to it. Right here, this border right there. I don't know if you can see it.
On the inside blue border, I did like squirrel quilting.
No, I'm talking about this piecing right here, or was this part, oh, this is just part of this piece of fabric, isn't it?
Yeah, it's just
You
part of
just
that.
trimmed it off at just the right spot. Oh.
She's taking money.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think
see
I
what was
added,
thinking.
I
Looked
think I added a little
like
extra
this
sashing
skinny
somewhere.
border here was something separate, but I see now that it's just how you trim that one fabric, or how you cut that one fabric down.
Trim to perfection, that's for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I hope it raises lots of money when they raffle it.
Yeah, me too.
Very nice.
That's all we got, guys. We had a board meeting last week, and we've got some ideas, I think, that'll be fun for our meetings. I think we're gonna start having a meeting once a month, and I think we've got some cute ideas and some fun things. So hopefully we can get people involved again.
Yeah, this is really hard.
It is.
It is.
Janelle, are you stitching over there?
No, I've got my iPad.
Well, anything else, guys?
No, but I want to ask Carolyn how she is.
Oh, I'm great.
Are you all
Yeah.
better?
I am so much better, and I'm still in physical therapy trying to get some range of motion, but I'm doing great.
That's
And,
Don't
good.
break your neck though.
No, yeah.
It's horrible, but it's behind me now.
Good.
Well, I'm glad.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much for asking.
All right, ladies, I guess we'll say goodnight then for tonight. And the
And
next one's on the
thank you.
22nd. Do y'all want to do it then? It's fine with me.
On what? On the what?
The 22nd, I think, will be the next time.
Sounds like fun.
It's getting
I'm
close.
not
probably
traveling.
forget.
None of us are going anywhere, so we're probably okay to still
Yeah,
meet.
nobody's traveling, so we'll all be here. If we could just.
Sounds good.
I'll probably forget when it's that close to
No.
Christmas.
Well,
I almost forgot tonight I was at supper and something happened and I was like, I've got to get on at 7. So,
I started setting a
Yeah.
timer or setting an alarm because I forgot 3 or 4 times today that I had to do this. I'm like, okay, I can't forget this.
my daughter has COVID right now. She's up in Madison, Wisconsin, and she and her boyfriend have it, but she says it's not even as bad as a cold. She just had a headache and she got congested for a couple of days, and her boyfriend felt nauseous one day, so he went and got tested. And then the next day he said he felt fine, and then he was positive, so she finally went just a couple of days ago and got tested. And she just said she has stayed in her apartment. She's had food delivered. She's done a few food pickups. So I figure it must be the air in the apartment or something weird like that. I don't know. Or Papa was still working, so maybe he actually brought it, but she got sick first. So anyway, she was just saying she couldn't believe that it was killing some people because it was so mild in her. That it was hard to believe that it's the same thing.
everybody has different symptoms.
Yeah. And she said she's still planning to drive down and see us. And she said she thinks she'll have antibodies for a couple of months. So she was laughing and saying, I think I'm gonna look for one of those cheap cruises, but just kidding.
No. Yesterday that Michael's mama, who's 95, has tested positive, but apparently she's completely asymptomatic. So that's good.
Wow.
That's great.
Yeah.
My mother came here for Thanksgiving and she's 95. And I just called her today and she said, oh, I feel fine. But the retirement place is locked down now.
Yeah.
All right, ladies. Well, I'm gonna shut us down. We will see y'all in 2 weeks.
Okay.
All
Thank
right,
you,
guys.
Francis.
Bye.
As
Okay.
usual.
Merry
Good
Christmas.
job.
Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas.
Wait a minute,
Yeah,
where's
y'all
it?
too.
Over here.